Hello YouTube, this is Dawson Ryder here with my review of the rest of the MMPR 2010 figure line. I apologize, the last review was so rushed. I was running out of camera time, and I wasn't looking forward too much to reviewing those figures, unfortunately. But let's get to the last three. If you didn't see my last review, here's the packaging. I like the packaging this year. The only difference between packaging would be the Ranger name or character name and picture. And then there's a nice logo here which you can take out, and the good helmet's here. And on the back shows the rest of the line. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, so let's go over Alpha first. Alpha doesn't look too bad. He looks pretty nice and pretty show accurate. I'm pretty surprised with Alpha. He's one of my favorites of the line, probably. Articulation-wise, his legs can just circle around like this, and his arms can go 360 and only go in this pose. And his head can go 360 and up and down, which is nice. But basically, you can just get him in the I pose. But he looks pretty nice, and you don't need much articulation for Alpha, and if you didn't have the one that came with the command center, he's a pretty decent choice. He also comes with this little shitty Zordon, which is pretty small and pretty shitty. I was pretty excited when they announced the Zordon Alpha set, but then this is pretty bad. You can take it out like this, and see his head, no head articulation, which would be the only point. You can put like water in here. Some people have put like that aqua gel stuff to make it look more real. But he looks more like the movie version than the regular version, but I guess it's still nice that they tried. And then over here we have Goldar, which is a pretty big disappointment. He looks okay. He looks kind of cheap also. He looks kind of like a Happy Meal toy. His details and sculpting aren't really that bad, but he's still pretty cheap looking. He comes with the wings, which come off, and you have to put them on like that. Articulation-wise, his legs only circle around like this, and they can't move hardly at all because of his skirt thing, and it's much harder to try to customize than the girls. And his arms just rotate like this. Because of the shoulder pads, they have no movement. Just like there's no point. They might as well just made him not movable. And he comes with this sword, which isn't too bad of a sculpt, but overall, Goldar is a pretty big disappointment out of the line for me. And then, whoops, like he deserves to stand up with his crappy figure quality, but I'll stand him anyway. Alright, so and then here's the putties, which don't look too bad. Their faces look a little squarish and blockish to me, but the overall design isn't too bad. The original Putty figures are still better, but these are okay. They kind of got the big hands thing going on, which are disproportionate a little bit. Articulation-wise, they're about the same as the Rangers. Up and down, all around, bending joint, legs go all around, bend here, swivel here at the ankle, and his head goes 360 and can move down, up and down ever so slightly. No waist articulation. The articulation on the putties isn't bad, so you can get him in some pretty good poses fighting the other Rangers, or build the putty army. I have like 4 of them. I just wanted a small army, and it's a lot easier than tracking down all the older putties, which can be more expensive. So overall, the rest of these figures aren't bad. I'd recommend Alpha if you don't have an Alpha and you want one. I recommend the putties for an army or just for its own for Ranger posing. If you don't have original Goldar, then get Goldar if you want, but I wouldn't recommend him personally. So Alpha gets a 6, Goldar gets a 4, and the Putty gets a 7. So that's it for the MMPR toy reviews for right now. Sorry the last 2 reviews haven't been very enthused on these, but I'll be back to my hopefully better reviewing form with my SH Fig Arts and Kamen Rider merchandise that I'm more excited about reviewing. So thank you for watching. Until my next review, this is Dawson Ryder, signing out.